Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. When I mentioned the obviousness of our fundamental nature, I mean I am it, and the mind cannot be fixed in any name, any shape, any form about it. So all forms are it, no forms are it. And the fact to know or to feel I am it gives a sense of permanency. I will not add so much more. Maybe you can do it. So any attempt, I know that many really don't like I say so, but any attempt, any efforts to be what you are is bringing you in your mind, and the mind can never go there anyway. The mind is limited. So, so again, maybe just know, just part, just be aware of what's the mind. Because you have not to attain what you are. You already are it. You just have to remove maybe the absolute, so-called absolute power of the mind, suggesting and presenting all the time something. He does it, but he cannot present from where it comes. That's it for today. You can go. So I will present this question, who am I, differently. This question, who am I, is not to bring you there. It has a particular importance because it's the only subjective question, means the mind is not busy with objects, let them be material, emotional, conceptual, spiritual, sensual. So it's a question, it's a thought, which is subjective. Only the subject is left. So when you see, it's just a thought after all. Maybe the mind will not bring you immediately here and there. Because you have not to, nothing can indicate that after all. You are it already, so why should I indicate? You are it. So just to know what it is not is fully enough. Nothing indicates. Wema is very good to reassemble all the thoughts to one, to the source of thoughts. I am someone. I am something. In that way, it's amazing. But that you ask this question or not, you still are. It doesn't depend on anything. It is rather to cut off the tyranny of the mind. Cut off the head of the seeker, arrogance of the seeker. I'm a serious seeker. And now I'm a serious finder. So all that is in the mind. That was the dessert. So now there is the bika to be taken. It's up to you. So what doesn't allow someone to drop the search, maybe? I forgot. Yeah, is when the mind is still powerful. That's why I encourage, if there are questions or reflections about that in the mind, tell it, because sometimes throwing it out removes the power of it. It's already thrown at a distance. Yes.
Ganga, I cared, it's a past now. I see that I cared about what kind of thoughts are coming up, because it can be everything.
Sure.
And what I'm recognizing is that it doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter that the mind is there or what kind of thoughts are there. So there is no difference about that. And for me, it's a big thing, because I really cared about what kind of annoying.
Okay, it's a big thing. Now, honor what you say. Means don't search anymore who you are, where you are, from where you can say so. This is it.
Yeah.
Yet, you can never acquire it. So, just be vigilant.
Yeah.
There is not much more to know. And the essential is not to be known, so you keep quiet. The vigilance is to keep quiet. Now, of course, the mind will rarely keep quiet. So it doesn't mean you lost yourself. This has to be a striking fact, you see. Otherwise, you will confuse the quietness for it. And that is the drama of spiritual attainments. Yeah. You want? Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
So can you can you speak a little bit more? What does it mean to keep quiet?
To keep quiet, I mean, just for a second, don't be in your mind.
To not be in the mind.
Don't be in your mind. Or at least know what's the mind. Be aware of any rising is the mind. Any disappearance is the mind. So that's the life, no? Rising, disappearance, rising. So just be quick.
I mean, there are seconds where all the movements are seen from certain,
Okay.
detached place.
From where? From where they are seen?
From here.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
I know. Yet the show still is going on.
The show is going on unless you kill yourself just now.
And I keep falling back to
You hear me without reaction. I say something, it will show up unless you kill yourself just now. Then the show disappears. So as long as you live, the show will go on. What do you take? What do you make out of this? Tell me.
Well, the old I was so much entangled in all that show.
Yeah.
Now it's more and more getting.
No, I don't believe so. Maybe it's an experience like this, but it doesn't mean anything about what you are. Who cares? Who cares? Unless you like to be a kind of monk, then you prefer to have a more detached life. But it's all about attitude in life. It has nothing to do with what you are. So tell me now what you don't understand. Life goes on. What is a life? What is a show? It's an actor in a show. Who is the actor? The one I see. That will not change. You bought it, the movie with your birth till your death, so it will not change. That's your movie. I have another movie. You are in it, in my movie also.
I guess the difference is where the movie is observed, isn't it?
If you can see it's a movie, so from where can you see that? That I am. And if I look at it, I make it a movie again. So I keep quiet. I will not look at it. I am it. And that's the whole purpose of satsang. You are it.
So let's say if the movie is on the stage, and
It's always on the stage, yeah.
just for some
Yeah, okay. Okay.
resemblance. So movie is on the stage,
Mm.
and I sort of find myself either on stage being in the show,
Yeah.
or at times I sit in the sort of audience next to the director or
Okay.
screenplay,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And is to be quiet, rest in this sort of audience place, and not being in the drama of or on the stage permanently.
Yeah. I mean, if you mean that you keep some moments of vigilance, you are quiet means I don't even participate to that for a moment. Just a moment is enough, you see. If you mean that, what shall I say? There is nothing to say. I mean, it's. But if you mean that the actor of the movie becomes somebody quiet, it's another role you give to I. So it's still in the movie, nothing changed actually. It's from where you can conceive all those things. That's what you are. From where? That's what you are. Never what you will see. You would see. Never what you would see, never what you would experience, never what you can conceive. It's out of description.
There are moments where there is seeing or realization that the movie is going on, and it's seen from place that's not in the movie. But it doesn't last very long, usually. And
What do you listen to your mind? The mind cares that it has to last a long time. Why do you listen to that? You will give power to your mind again. Don't listen to anything. The mind cannot conceive.
and isn't that the instruction of the sages to
The
abide
instruction of
in
the sages is what I tell you. And if you don't trust, you should go away and ask somebody else.
It's not just I don't trust, it's just more like understand.
Enough. I told you, the pearl of pearls. You don't take it. Take it. What more do you want to know? I tell you, you cannot conceive it. If you listen to one thought again, the mind is your tyrant. So why do you go there? You cannot even give a split second to what is. The mind will never keep quiet. It will pretend to know, to know about it. It will pretend, yes, I am limited, but, and so on. Don't listen. That's all. Yet, ask if these thoughts trouble you, because it's my way to throw you back from where you always are. There now, there. Bring something. Yes,
There is a belief here,
a
or
belief. A
understanding.
belief. Why you go there?
Can I say it? Maybe because that might be the that might be the confusion.
Okay, say it, but you are in your mind. Okay, say it.
That the goal of the spiritual journey is to abide in the place that's not in the movie.
What makes the difference between movie and that? If there is no difference, is this thought interesting, valuable? Tell me now.
I don't know.
No. Not I don't know. No. It's not valuable. It's only the mind which imagines. Everything is that. Nothing is that. What can you do now with that? What your mind can make out? Tell me. Everything is that. Nothing is that. And it's not one after another. It's together.
I understand that, and I
You
came to see
understand
that.
that? I don't even understand. How can you understand that?
I even came to see that at some point.
Okay.
Then came back to the old.
Because you hear your mind. You see, mind you, when you say a but, okay, you have the freedom to listen to it, but then know it, and nothing will come, everything will come about the world, but nothing about enlightenment or what you are. Or you don't go there. It's your choice, huh? But don't tell, but it doesn't last and all. These are thoughts, just thoughts. Speaking of something else than what is. Speaking of states. And in that way, yeah, states come and go. And it will always come and go. I am very happy to have known really a great yogi. His day and night were dedicated to be in samadhi. But you see, he was leaving his seat where he could be in samadhi quite naturally because he did that for so long. But then he had to also make pee, wash his body in the river, be worried about what he will eat. So for him, that was not samadhi. And that's why he had to go back to the seat to be in samadhi. You see the tricks of the mind. And probably in his head it was, the day I don't need to wash myself or to eat, I am done, I am enlightened. The states need an effort. And the effort becomes like a habit, so it looks like it becomes natural. But don't be fooled. The mind is fooling all the time. You want to be fooled more?
No, and I guess that's the point of our conversation.
Yeah,
to
sure.
Get
So, what is there anything you can be fooled and anything more?
That's what I don't know. Maybe
You see, you are not enough intense. You give an opportunity to the mind to find in the future a good thing to trouble you. Say no. Once for all, no. Otherwise, the mind gets you. Sooner or later. No. Dare to say. And that will be always just now, suddenly. It cannot be the result of a mantra. No, 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 no. Enough. You know that word? How you tell in your language?
Dost.
Lost.
Dost.
Dost. You said it.
Hey, Ganga. I think my experience is that I keep having this, okay, this is also the mind, and like this kind of recognition where I can have the thought, oh, I did not see this before, now I see it.
Yes.
And in the time of being in Satsang, that happened sometimes again, where, and I guess now my question is that going to continue? And because it feels like something can repeat itself if it's not stopped once and for all, but maybe that's another layer of ideas on that.
You cannot stop. You cannot stop. The thing is to it's a way to say, to rest from where you can see that. Don't be hypnotized that, okay, you had, it's like a volcano, you see the mind. Oh, this I didn't see as a mind. Now I see.
Yeah.
You see, yes, the recognition happens also in the mind. So that may go on for a while. And when I say for a while, it can go on for a while. But the important is that even when that's going on, are you more yourself when you see, oh, that was a thought, than before?
No.
No. So that is essential. You see, the state of mind, that will be different for everybody. And anyway, it goes on changing too. The essential is not to search yourself anymore. The search will be in the mind, be sure about it. So you don't need to listen to the mind. I would not worry much about that. The mind is, how you say that, emptying itself by itself. You always have been, and you are what you are.
Thank you.
Yes. I can speak about myself. I don't know, because I'd never looked how I was giving satsang before, and now nothing has changed about indications. So today I don't want to use that word. It's not that what has been seen is better today or more free today or whatever. The mind empties himself about the subject. And so, well, that can go on up to your last breath. Huh? Eventually. Maybe before, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These are states of mind. you? That was enough. Good. Oh, you want more? A little more. He wants a bit more.
I can relate what was said there, that some things are seen instantly, like as being the mind, and something is caught only later. Like, oh yeah, I didn't see that before. And so I can see that there is this illusion going on, which is unseen in the moment. And I sort of understand with the intuition that what brings me back to stage where the movie is going on is some unseen belief or thought.
That's the life, huh?
And isn't why we are here to catch these and to see these?
It's a state of mind, nothing more. You know, in the movie there are some enlightened people and some not, huh? In the movie.
Sure, but I know I'm not in the movie.
So why do you ask a confirmation of anything?
Because sometimes I don't.
So you
Sometimes
are
I find
so
myself
so
again.
you are sometimes or most of the time. Oh, I'm good to you. Enlightened in the movie. States of mind doesn't matter. You surrendered all your wish and concept and what not, how the mind should be. That is surrender. It's not to make you more yourself. It is to show once for all to the mind you surrender, because whatever state you have, let it be sublime mysticism, detachment, or gross ignorance, it will not affect what I am. It's in the movie. It will remain in the movie.
So how to get to that knowing?
You hear what I say or not?
Yes.
You like it or not?
Yes.
Make it yours.
That's what I'm asking. How?
When you are thirsty, you drink. Do you ask how? You just drink. It's natural. If you ask how, it will become very complicated. Or I have to put my mouth first, or the water near, or, you know? Don't ask how. Because again, the mind wants to win, wants to know, and wants to keep quiet forever. It will never. The mind will never keep quiet forever. Know that.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, but don't wish something else. That's surrender. Surrender doesn't mean suddenly the mind will be enlightened and quiet forever. Surrender is the arrogance of the mind to prefer to be in a certain way. That is surrendered. All the wishes, all the beliefs, everything is surrendered. And the mind is the mind. If you are still alive, the mind is the mind. Dual. And it will not be necessarily more one side than another. You don't know, it's not in your hand. It's dual. That is surrender. Oh, nobody will believe in me. I'm so full of this still and this and that. Doesn't matter. Surrender. Who cares? Oh, I wish paradise on earth. That is still, it doesn't matter, it can stay. But know that it is a very deep religious wish. Nothing to do with what you are. I love the stories in India, you see, because, for example, they really show, we love those stories, but once we have to apply to you, suddenly, for example, in the marketplace, there is a Socrates, a master of that, and there is a fisher who cuts the head of the fish to sell. I don't know, a fisher or something, man. And he takes what Socrates says. He says, oh, whatever I will say is a belief. It's a belief. And he still cut the head of the fish and sells. And yet, it doesn't, it will not change necessarily his actions. No. All this is against mysticism and spiritual beliefs. I agree. And I'm very happy not to be fooled by any belief. I wish you that. So be careful, it's dangerous here. But you can close your ears also, doesn't matter. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
So you said the mind, if I hope, when I catch him or I saw him, he will empty maybe this life or not. And I still keep going my life in this I'm not cutting head of a fish, but I'm working with kids. And
Sweet.
and me and them, we have a lot of questions. How should life be and how live it the best? And I do not know if I'm get it right, so that's why I'm asking. So I am who I am, and it is, and I should live my life. Is it that what you want to see, or did I get it wrong?
I have absolutely no advice, you see. But yeah, live your life, do the best as you think about it, and so on. I'm just here to answer a very strange question. I agree, but it exists. So this exists also. But in fact, do I know who am I, or is there a God, or is there something like, what mean the wisdom, what does it mean, and all that, you see. Satsang is to try to make those questions clarified. I don't touch much about the ethics or the guidelines in life. That is very personal, and I am sure you have a good sense of that. So just be natural. Just be natural. Do what you feel is the best to transmit to kids. But you see, what I say, I would not make it a teaching, because it's only to answer this subjective search. Mm? And that's very individual answers.
Maybe I asked it wrong. My thought was, or my question was, when I catch my thoughts
Yeah.
and live my life.
Yeah.
Sorry. Now it's gone. Sorry.
No, I'm very happy when it's gone. You are freed from your mind a moment. Appreciate that. Yes. Say thank you.
Thank you.
To yourself. It's very important not to always be busy with the mind. Appreciate that. And then trust what comes later.
And to stay in the moment, is it that to trust?
You never stay in a moment. A moment is a moment.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.